Today's topic of discussion is women love attention. So I received a direct message from one of my loyal subscribers. He direct messaged me and asked me, why do women love attention, and to create a video on it. So I'm going to make this video on this specific point of why women love attention. So first point is insecure. Pretty much majority of women are insecure by their nature. So you'll see a lot of women in society wearing all this makeup. So they'll plaster their face with all this makeup, right, on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of women in today's society feel as though they cannot function and they cannot go outside their house without putting on some level of makeup on their face. So what does that show to you guys? That clearly shows that that woman is insecure. Do you understand? Somebody who is secure within themselves, they don't need to worry about what other people think of them. So this is what's happening in society. A lot of the times, right, these women are feeling insecure, but then you've got men who are also feeling insecure. But these lot ain't men, that's the thing, they're still boys. So these women, right, are getting into relationships with these boys, yeah, and then they end up losing respect for them because these boys are worse than the women. So what does that show to you? It shows to you, right, that that woman is not able to feel secure within that relationship. So for a woman to feel secure within a relationship, she needs to be with somebody who has a high amount of confidence and that person is secure within himself. You understand? A lot of guys, right, they run around in society getting all these haircuts, getting these trims, trying to get money, status. Reason being is because they're insecure by their nature. They're deficient from within. They feel as though they need those things in order to get a woman. So women, as I said from previous videos, women are very, very socially aware. They can spot when a guy who's putting on a front, a guy who's faking, a guy who's trying to get money and status to get women, and the guy who is genuine and real. He's doing the things in life for the right reasons. So a lot of guys think that, oh yeah, women are stupid. Yes, there's a lot of women who are insecure and they wear makeup and they wear all this provocative outfits to get attention from guys because that gives them an ego boost and it makes them feel like they're not worthless. That's what it is. Girls, right, spend an excess amount on social media, especially in today's time frame. They spend all this time on social media comparing themselves to other women. And this is what's happening with a lot of guys as well. A lot of guys have moved into the feminine frame now and starting to compare themselves to other guys. So as I was saying from the previous video, with my video on haircuts, I received so much backlash from these beta males, and I was expecting it anyway, because these beta males, yeah, these jokers, they're going around trying to stunt, trying to flex. And then, as I mentioned before, one of them was trying to stunt, right? And then he ripped my car off, slammed into it, and then he's looking at paying tens of thousands now. Do you understand? It's because these guys here are not secure within themselves. So women, as I said, women are insecure by their nature. And when they get into a relationship with you, she needs to know that you're secure within yourself. Do you understand? So whatever insecurities you guys have, you guys need to deal with them. So any weaknesses, you need to write it down and start tackling it head on, because everybody who's watching this has some insecurities and some weaknesses. If you're going to turn around and say, oh yeah, no, I'm not insecure about anything, I've never felt insecure about anything, then you haven't done enough self-analysis. You understand? You need to really sit down with yourself and be like, okay, this right here, a lot of people have been saying X, Y, Z to me. So let's say, for example, in childhood, people say X, Y, Z to you related to something. I don't know. if people were saying, oh yeah, you're somebody who is dumb. Let's say people were saying that hypothetically from when you was younger, oh, you're dumb, you're not really that smart. As time has gone on, you've been getting conditioned by society to think that, oh yeah, you're dumb. And then you start to believe that. Do you understand? It's the same thing with, let's say, achieving a certain business. So that business that you're trying to do, and then people are telling you you're not going to be able to do well in that business. Why are you wasting your time? Do you understand? You're starting to value their opinion, and you start to think to yourself, you know what, maybe they're right. This is right here, that right there is the problem. So you need to lock in on that and realize that, okay, that insecurity there, I need to tackle that, and then start to ignore what people say about me. Because certain people, right, they've got, let's say, all these different things. They've got money, status, fame, X, Y, Z. But they're constantly worried about what other people think of them. That's insecure behavior. So it's really important, guys. You guys here lock in on that. And then when a woman sees that, she knows that this guy here is secure within himself. And then she's going to fall in love with you. So that leads us to the next point when it comes to beta. Women get an ego boost when beta males are just looking at them and staring at them. Now, if I break this down right in terms of from a basic level now, yeah? All women in their nature is to look for the best possible man. So that best possible man, she has to try and get his attention. You understand? Because guys who she can get her attention, sorry, let me rephrase that. Guys who she knows that she can get their attention, are those guys superior to her? The answer is no. Because the superior guy, it's going to be difficult for her to try and get his attention. Do you understand? So that's why women despise these beta males. They get an ego boost from them. When a guy is like looking at her, seeing her in a lustful way, certain times women end up getting despised and they'll start to get turned off straight away. That's why women laugh at these jokers who just constantly stare at these women. These women here, right, they wear all this makeup, they wear all these outfits, revealing outfits. They don't feel secure within themselves, and then you've got these thirsty guys staring at them. The question is why? Why are they doing that? It's because that guy is either at her level or lower. So as I said to you guys before in the previous videos, women look for their superior. So when she sees a guy who doesn't give her much attention, doesn't look at her, focuses on his purpose and his mission, then she's intrigued. That's when it sparks her curiosity. She starts to think to herself and she starts to scratch her head and thinks, right, this guy here is different. He's not like other guys. I'm going to go and do more investigation now. Because she knows with the beta males, she's categorized them as beta males. Yeah, she's seeking the guy who's the alpha. The guy who has other options with women. So that's what it is, guys. You guys here, don't be them type of guys to start staring at these women, yeah? Especially these women who are low quality, and you're looking at them as they're going past you in a room or something like that. You're giving them free attention, you're giving them an ego boost, and you're literally making them feel like they're better than you. You understand? So they'll put you in a beta male category. But the guy, right, who doesn't look at her, focuses on his purpose, his mission, she ain't gonna categorize that guy as beta, is she? So next point is standard. Now this is a good one. Majority of guys in today's society have no standard when it comes to women. This is the reality of it. When they see a woman, right, who looks wise, looks attractive, who looks wise as a 8, 9 or 10, they'll straight away put her up here, mate, and think, oh, this woman here, she's good looking, you know, if I was to get with her, then, you know, I'll be satisfied. women don't view it as that. Women don't see things the same as men. Do you understand? So when a woman sees that and how this guy here is so easily won over by her looks, that's a turn off for her. She sees that this guy here lacks options, he lacks standard, he ain't got no set standard for himself, he hasn't got no set principles, and he's just breaking all his rules to get with her. That's why women can't respect that. So anytime I'm dealing with a woman, I send her my requirements, I'll see whether or not she ticks my criteria. That woman knows I've got a set standard there. I'm not trying to drop below that. So that's when the respect goes up for that guy. When she sees that this guy here, right, he's got a set standard for himself. Clearly, he's got other options. Clearly, he's not in need of her. Because as I said before in the previous videos, need is one of the biggest turn-offs for a woman. For you to need a woman. You should never ever need a woman. You should always be able to work on your purpose and be able to provide value to society and continue pushing forward without a woman. Do you understand? A woman should be a complement to your life. It shouldn't be where, I need this woman in order to make the next move. Does that make sense, guys? So, final point is survival. Women are survival creatures, meaning they are optimizing the best possible man for survival. So somebody who is mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually strong. So all four arenas. So when it comes to, let's say, providing financially, that comes under being able to be a provider and protector. Do you understand? Because with financial security, she knows full well that she's being taken care of. Her children are going to be taken care of. So it cannot be something that you guys think, oh yeah, I can just neglect that and I don't really need to pay for a woman financially. As I said, a woman can never really respect you then. So there's a big difference between the beta male who literally gets a woman what she wants and the alpha who literally gets her what she needs in life. So when it comes to, let's say, food, shelter, clothing, so through marriage, right, he's getting her these necessities. So that's what the Deen teaches us, to provide for that woman. Now these guys here, right, are saying, oh yeah, I need to get a woman all these designer handbags every single week. I need to take her to all these restaurants. I need to take her on all these holidays every single month or whatever it is. What are you conditioning that woman when you get into a relationship with her? You're conditioning her when she shows any type of bad behavior, you're just going to spoil her with money. That's why women's respect goes down. It drops. That's why you see a bunch of guys, right, in society who have got money, they've got status, and they're failing when it comes to their relationships. It's because they have no standard there. They have no set standard. So it's really important, guys. You guys here need to set that from the get-go. So when a woman is getting into a relationship with you, she's optimizing survival, and then she knows she's got the best possible man with her. She's managed to secure that man, and she knows that this guy here provides more value than her because there's less of that kind of guy than there is of her. So if, for example, there was 100 women similar to her, and then there was only 10 men similar to that man, who's more in scarcity? It's clearly the men. There's only 10 of them in comparison to the 100 women who are similar. So there's clearly more options there when it comes to women. Hence why whenever a woman speaks to you guys for marriage purposes, you guys should have leveled yourselves up in several areas of life. So when you let a woman know that, right, you should only be communicating with me for marriage purposes, reason being is because she ain't going to be able to find another man similar to your level. Do you understand? That's not arrogance or, being on your high horse. That just shows high confidence, and it shows that you've worked on yourself in several areas of life. So a woman will be able to see that based off your body language, your eye contact, how you present yourself to the world. And she'll see that, and she'll even ask her friends as well, their opinions. And then when their opinion matches a lot of the times, guess what? Her confidence within you is going to go higher. She's going to know, okay, this guy here clearly is a man of value and he's pre-selected. So that optimizes survival. Does that make sense, guys? So just to wrap up, insecure. Pretty much majority of women in society are insecure by their nature. They wear all this makeup, they wear all these dirty outfits, they're trying to get attention from these beta males, extract as much as they can from them, extract attention, extract resources, extract flipping time, energy, effort, you name it. Just take. Reason being is because that woman feels insecure within herself. So a woman who's secure within herself, she's not going to be trying to get attention from other guys. She's going to cover herself, dress appropriately, have respect for herself, self-respect. She ain't going to be entertaining these low-quality loser type guys. She's going to disregard them. She ain't even going to acknowledge them. Because she's secure within herself. So that's about 10% of women or less. It's the same thing when it comes to men of value. Majority of guys in society, about 80+% of them are beta males. They've got beta male tendencies. So everybody in society in today's time, if they haven't actually worked on themselves and actually acknowledged how the system has been programming them, they're going to have beta male tendencies. You understand? So they're going to put women on, for example, a pedestal until they actually learn the correct information and realize that this is not how relationships work. It's not what you're seeing in the flipping film industries and then the movie industries and then the media. All of those agendas by the Western agenda is to literally sexualize everything. You understand? Create all this filth. That's not how relationships, loving relationships work. The next point after that was beta. As I said, women, what they do is they'll get all their attention from the beta males, extract as much as they can from them. And their respect is like down there, mate. All the way down here. She don't have no respect for them. Because she knows that guy is easily won over. But with the guy, right, who's the man of value, the guy who's the alpha, she knows it's difficult to try and get a relationship with him and try and get his attention. So she's going to have to do more. She's going to have to level herself up more now to get with him in order for her to be able to be satisfied in that relationship. Does that make sense, guys? And the next point after that was standard. A lot of guys, they ain't got no standard. Nothing. As long as a woman looks alright, just flipping. You guys have seen it for yourselves. Go to these girls, right? All their photos on Instagram. Go to their videos on social media. You just see all these betas in the comment section just flooding that. Liking all their photos. Commenting. You look beautiful. You look amazing. This and that. We got a pandemic when it comes to flipping betas. You understand? Because these guys, they have no set standard. So when she comes across a guy, right? When she comes across you guys have got a set standard there. You've got requirements. She's going to be like, damn, I ain't really come across a guy like this who has got set standards. I'm going to do more investigation. I'm going to see what this guy's about. I'm going to do some more research on him. I'm going to stalk him. That's what happens. Girls start stalking you then. And they start to show nervous, timid behavior. And they become really intimidated. Because they know full well, right, you can just replace her. So final point was survival. Women are survival creatures. Women are of the weaker gender. Do you understand? So they're going to want to optimize survival. And they want to get the best possible man for that. They don't want to get the flipping betas. Guys who are just literally giving her all this attention day in, day out. She don't have no respect for them. She don't care about them. She sees them guys as beta male orbiters. That's why you see a bunch of guys here in the DMs, right, of these girls, like hundreds of DMs. Don't think for a second that all these DMs mean anything to a girl. she don't care about pretty much 99% of them guys. Yeah. So when you're seeing, oh yeah, this girl here is getting all this attention, she's getting all these messages. As I said, women don't care about that. They only care about the set of men who tick her requirements, who she knows, right, that man is superior to her. She's interested in those guys. She don't care about the flipping beta male orbiters. Those guys there are just for attention. You know, so that's why you guys need to be secure within yourselves. You guys need to realize, right, any woman that you guys are dealing with, you should have that level of confidence, right, where she ain't going to be able to find another guy at your level. That's why certain girls, right, I've stopped communicating with them, let's say a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, sometimes even longer. And then they're still watching my stories all these years later. I was talking to them for marriage purposes. It's because those girls there, let me rephrase that. Those girls there, they didn't find another man who was similar to me, who satisfied hypergamy. So that's what it is with hypergamy. Hypergamy wasn't satisfied when it comes to the other guys, because the other guys have got beta male tendencies. This is what it is, the beta male tendencies to lead with money, status, external, haircuts, or you name it. I remember one guy, right, he must have commented on my Instagram reel. He was telling me, right, he replied to me, he was like, it's not for them to understand. So the information that I'm saying, it's not for them to understand. These betas are not going to understand this information. So when I was telling them, right, to work on your internal rather than getting a haircut every week, these guys here had an emotional breakdown. It's because they have a low EQ. And their barbers, right, the guys who trim up their hair, they don't have no respect for them. So it's like with my barber, I went to him, told him the situation about how these youngsters nowadays, all they're doing is just running to the haircut shop, aren't they? You know, my barber don't respect any of them. Yeah, he's an OG. Yeah, I pay flipping literally £10. So his rate right now is £10 for a haircut. But I remember back in the days when it was like £6. You know, 7-8 years ago. You know, £6, £5. Obviously through inflation it's gone up. But these guys here, these guys who are paying about £40 for the beard and for the fades, he don't respect them. You don't have a conversation with them. You know, because these guys here lack masculinity. They lack masculine frame. Yeah, he can't relate to none of them. He sees these guys as beta. That's what it is. Real recognize real. So these boys, right, all they do is spend time with other beta males. You understand? So whatever circle that you guys have, you need to really sit down with yourself and be like, okay, who am I actually surrounding myself with? Are these guys here, have they been programmed with beta male tendencies? Because that's going to rub off on you guys. So it's really important. The masculine men in society, guys who are actually of value, they're going to likely be older than you. They're not going to be the similar ages to you guys. Okay, so they're going to likely be older than you and you need to spend more time with them. So that's what I was saying, from a young age, I spent a lot more time with guys who are older than me. Guys who are actually masculine men in society. Guys who are strong mentally, physically, emotionally and spiritually. So all those arenas. But when it comes to EQ, a lot of guys don't have that. Hence why a woman's survival is being jeopardized. So this is what it is. That's why women are dissatisfied in their relationships. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.